What's going on, YouTube? It's Craig, certified technician here at ApplianceVideo.com. And today we have this Whirlpool bottom freezer refrigerator. I'm going to go through a three-step process. I'm going to show you how to go through the service test mode, run a forced defrost, and finally do a program on that new board. So follow me, but before we get too far, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe, and let's jump right in. So our first portion is going to be entering the service test mode. In order to do so, what we'll do is press in on the door switch and press the refrigerator up key 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. Let go of the switches and it should show SE on the screen. As long as it shows SE on the screen, go ahead and press that up key one more time and that will enter the service test mode. Your service tests are indicated by different numbers on the screen and it will show you which portion of the test you are in. Now, the first test you'll see is test 1. This is going to be a defrost circuit test. So what I usually see when a defrost component is bad is that the refrigeration section is not cooling at all. The freezer has an evaporator inside of it that has frost that builds up, and air moves past those components and is able to travel up into the refrigerator section. If your defrost system is not working properly, air will not be able to circulate, thus causing the refrigerator section to be a little bit warmer. So open up the freezer door and see if you have a bunch of frost on the back panel. If you do, this is a great test. In order to operate it, you'll simply want to press the up refrigerator keypad. Now, there are 2 different things that can pop up on the screen here. What you want to look for is either a O for open or an S for short. If you have a bunch of ice built up on the freezer and you press that and it says S for short, the problem is probably not within the defrost components, it's more than likely within a board. But if it says O for open and you have a bunch of frost, that means that something inside that component is bad. Go ahead and open up that freezer and find out what it is. But if you are doing this test, a good thing to do is a forced defrost mode, which we'll jump to later. Of course, when we are done with this defrost test, you'll want to press on the refrigerator key one more time to make sure that it does not show O or S on the screen before pressing the freezer up key to go to the next segment. Test number 2 is going to be a compressor and condenser fan motor test. What we're looking for here is to make sure that the compressor is running and that the condenser fan motor is running. In order to turn it on, press the refrigerator up key one more time. It will toggle that it is on. Put your hand on that compressor and make sure you feel the vibration. The problem is if this thing is not freezing and that compressor is running, usually it's a pretty major problem. But you might run into the situation where the compressor is running, but the condenser fan motor is not. If this is the case, make sure you replace that condenser fan motor. And of course, to go to the next portion, go ahead and press the up key one more time. The up key is going to take us to test number 3. Test number 3 is an evaporator fan motor test. If your refrigerator compartment is not cooling correctly, this is also a great test. Make sure you do not have ice on that back wall of that freezer. Turn on that fan motor by pressing the up key on the refrigerator keypad and listen to see if you hear it running. If you do not hear it running, that means that air cannot circulate from the freezer up to the refrigerator. You found that bad part. If it is running, go ahead and press the up key and let's go to step number 4. Test number 4, and 5 for that matter, are thermistor tests. And what we want to see here is when we press the refrigerator up key, number 4 is going to be a refrigerator thermistor. We want to see P for pass on that screen. You could have O for open or S for shorted. That means that that component is bad. Number 5 is the freezer test. Press the refrigerator up key. What you want to see is a pass. If it says open or shorted, make sure you go after that thermistor. Moving on, we have test number 6. Test number 6 is a damper operation test. This refrigerator has a damper on the back wall that opens and closes when this unit needs air to come from the freezer up to the refrigerator section. So if your refrigerator is not cooling properly, it could be because this damper is bad. What I want you to do is remove the plastic grate from in front of the damper and press up on that refrigerator keypad. It's going to either show O for open or C for closed, and it's going to operate the damper in that direction. If it shows open, it will open it up. You have to wait about 1 to 2 minutes between each toggle, and then you can press it again to close it. Ensure you have proper operation on this damper. If everything's good, the problem is probably elsewhere. Now the next few tests, number 7, 8, and 9, as a consumer, I would not mess with them. This is adjustments on either the freezer, the refrigerator, or the defrost modes. Please do not mess with these portions. To exit this test though, what we'll want to do is press on the refrigerator button, and then you should have your actual temp ratings pop back up on the screen, and now we can go into the forced defrost mode. When entering forced defrost mode, make sure all sounds are off inside the house because we're going to be listening for a crackle noise inside the freezer. In order to enter forced defrost mode, you'll simply press in on the door switch and press down 3 times on the refrigerator keypad, and it should show FD on the screen. If you want to enter forced defrost mode, press it one more time and it will either show S or L. S is for a short defrost mode, L is for a long defrost mode. To toggle between the two, you will press the refrigerator up keypad. But I would recommend using the short defrost mode. Press the down keypad one more time to go ahead and initiate the process. Now, during this process, if you have ice built up in the evaporator, you'll want to sit here for about 10 minutes and listen on the floor for some type of sizzle. What this is doing is it's energizing that heater, and it takes a couple of minutes, but water from that frost pattern will fall on that heater and make a crackle. If you do hear some type of crackling inside there, the chances are the problem lies within your main control board. In the event of replacing a board, all of these boards have to be programmed. In order to do so, what we'll do is press in on the light switch and press the freezer temp down key 3 times, boom, 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 and it should show PE on the screen. In order to go further, you'll press the down key one more time, and then if there is some type of product code in there, it will be displayed on the screen, or it may display zeros. When programming this unit, you have to get the product code off of the serial barcode label. Look up there, it will show product code. In order to change it on this system, you'll simply use either the freezer or refrigerator up key to change the numerical value. Once you get to the desired product code, you'll simply press and hold on the freezer down key until it starts to flash, and then press in on the light switch to program your control. Well, this is going to wrap up everything I have on this refrigerator. If you need the tech manual, you can obtain it by either going to the manufacturer's website or posting it in the repair help section on ApplianceVideo.com. YouTube, if you enjoy my content and you found it helpful, make sure you like and subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.